Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to an episode of Triangle Strategy. In the previous episode that we did, we completed the Fate in Flames in this part. Today's episode right now, we're going to keep on going with the story. If you have today's episode, make sure to like, subscribe, channel as I don't even know which story to go to, but we're going to go over here because we need more Archer time, you know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the tiger by the toe. If he holler, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go do this one then.
House Wolfford prevails against General Avlora's army and drives them out of Glenbrook. Though victorious, Roland sobs quietly, saddened by the sacrifices made in his name. Glenbrook is powerless, but knows they must keep the royal bloodline alive. Thus, the conspiracies and power struggles around the noble blood in Roland's veins continue to stain the land crimson.
So it appears the Duchy intends to capture Glenbrook. But Prince Roland slipped from their grasp and fled to Wolfford.
The ink on the treaty is barely dried, and they're already declaring war.
And what's more, there's a price on Prince Roland's head. It has spurred the masses into movement.
They will bear their fangs at us in time. We cannot leave them to their own devices.
I see this as a wonderful opportunity. We can make it clear how we stand after the Salt Iron War.
Aye. And I much prefer to extinguish embers than a raging inferno.
It sounds like you intend to start a war.
Calm yourselves. There is no need to get so worked up over this. It is true that this grave matter may one day affect Hyzant. But it is in times like these that we must trust the Hierophant's words more than ever.
Father, please open your eyes. There is so much I wish to ask you.
Lord Serenoa.
I cannot let Father hear how weak I've become. I must be strong.
Lord Serenoa, Master Benedict, you have a visitor.
Who is it?
Lord Silvio Tellior. He wishes for an audience with Lord Serenoa.
What business would the Lord of House Tellior have with me? Tell him we will be there shortly.
Yes, sir.
Every day is busier than the last.
We haven't had a moment to catch our breath.
You are doing a fine job as head of House Wolfford, Lord Serenoa. Your father would be proud if he could see you now.
I could not do it without you, Benedict. Thank you.
Why are we doing this so early? Oh my god.
In short, you wish for the three high houses to join hands and fight the duchy. Is that correct, Lord Silvio?
Indeed. I believe it our duty to fight. Some are frozen in fear, trembling at the mere thought of the duchy's power. I feel that joining the three high houses under a single flag is the only way to unite them. My men ready themselves for war as we speak. Come to Telior, and we can strike at Esros together. Prince Roland will be safe with us, of course.
It's as good a plan as any. You have my thanks for getting the preparations underway.
I wonder if Lord Landroy would agree.
I doubt House Fawkes would refuse a fight. Their devotion to the crown knows no bounds.
But of course, they reap great rewards from the bountiful lands won during the war.
You propose reuniting the three high houses who led the Salt Iron War to its end. It is heartening to know you would once again lend us your strength.
We certainly could use all the help we can get, though I wish we could resolve matters peacefully.
You speak as though your brother is not at fault for all this.
My bride-to-be bears no blame for the duchy's actions.
My apologies. Forgive me for my outburst. But we haven't much time. I would have your answer now.
Shall we accept Lord Silvio's proposal, my lord?
Fetch the scales, Benedict. We shall decide our path together.
Lord Silvio made the journey to our demands to offer an alliance. I would know what the others think on the matter. Do you truly think allying ourselves with House Telior would stop the spread of the war? It makes me wonder if it would. Wait, can I walk out? Maybe we need more answers as to what's going on. I have no idea what the heck's going on. The Lord of House Telior came all the way to ask for alliance, but just between you and me, they wouldn't be much help in battle. House Telior is indeed not known for their prowess in the battlefield, but I do not know if we have the luxury of choosing our allies now. A what? A guard's cloak. Who the heck are you doing? Nah, just kidding. We may not have our houses, but we still have our lives. For that, I must be grateful. Although I admit I was prone as any to despairing these days, not knowing when I'll be able to open the shop again. And I thought this was our house. Okay, let's look around first. Oh god. My house burned down, but my friend let me borrow her doll. You're a boy. Kitty! I'll be needing those. My house is okay, but one of the others burned down. They look real sad, so I let them borrow my doll. It always helps me feel bad when I'm sad too. Thanks to you, we managed to survive the battle, though the town wasn't so fortunate. It'll take some time before she's back to her former glory, but she'll get there so long as we work together. Quality fiber. Enchanting spice. I wish I could do more for the townsfolk who lost their homes, but as soldiers are hardly in a condition to help. We have our hands full aiding the injured and making sure everyone is fed. I dread to think what would happen if the fighting were to continue much longer. My people are suffering after a battle on our own soil. I doubt we would be able to face another attack from Aesfrost alone. To say I'm disappointed in Lord Silvio would be an understatement. He safeguarded himself in Telior as Gustavo invaded the crown city. Some say it was his duty as a lord to stay and protect his people and domain, but what of his duty of the crown? I suppose we shouldn't be looking to Lord Silvio for any semblance of loyalty. My house is gone. If I only known sooner, I could have grabbed my precious mementos. You can rebuild a house, but those keepsakes are gone forever. That hurts. Lord Serenora, you drove back the Aesfrosti forces with such splendor. I expect no less of House Wolford. Have you heard of how the other houses are faring? To tell the truth, my family lives in Telior, Domain. They say that Lord Silvio is not a man of the military arts and fear what should happen were Aesfrost to invade. House Telior is wealthy and well connected. I doubt they would be so easily crushed by the duchy. For better or worse, Lord Silvio is unchanging. I could stand to learn something from his ever-composed example. If worse comes to shove, your family is always welcome in the Wolford, but Lord Silvio needs one of the high three. I don't know if it's good or bad. Thank you. You are most gracious, Lord Serenora. Hearing you say that puts my mind at ease. I only wish House Telior were so reliable. I shall let my family know what you have told me and invite them here to Wolford. Oh dear, how could this happen at a time like this? Is something the matter? What is it? Well, you see, my daughter and her husband got into a fight and decided to go to their separate ways. But I fear for what will happen to their poor son. I don't know what I should do. I fear there is aught you can do. The issue is between two of them, and much so children are the ones who suffer most when parents fight. I think your efforts are best spent helping them reconcile. There is not to be gained by forcing themselves to stay together. So bringing and starting new lives is for the best. I agree. I must do whatever I can to ensure the happiness of my grandson. Even if they get upset at me, I shan't falter. I will take care of the boy. My Grazia will want for nothing. Mark my words. Thank you, Lord Serenora. I feel much better. Okay. I think I got everyone. Save so I don't have to redo all this again. It was this one. I gotta think for a second. I'm like, which one am I saving? The Weather Vane. That's giving me flashbacks. Alright, one side does accept the offer, the other no. Do you truly think allying yourself with House Telior would stop the spread of the war? It makes me wonder if it would be pouring oil on the fire. What do you think of Lord Silvio's proposal, Serenora? An alliance between the high houses would lift the people's spirits, something sorely needed at a time like this.
Surely. I
have heard tell of the high house's loyalty to the crown. An alliance may very well give the people of Glenbrook something to hope for in these dark times. Perhaps my worries were unfounded. Is there something about House Telior that concerns you, Federica? There is, indeed. I cannot help but wonder what Lord Silvio's true intentions are, and if Aesfrost has some part to play in this. There is a chance that the Duchy has already recruited us to their cause. You're not the ones tied to wall and defeat. If we refuse. Truly? It would not be unthinkable for Aesfrost to use their might to force them into submission or win them over the promise of a due reward.
I see.
Indeed, in that case, it would certainly serve us better to ally ourselves with House Telior first.
What do you need?
I hear that Telior Domain is known for its wine, not warriors. It makes me wonder if it's truly necessary for us to join forces at a time like this. I would have no qualms if Lord Silvio was a man of upstanding character, but the rumors I hear only speak to his contrary. The more allies one can avail themselves to, the better. That being said, an untrustworthy ally avails no one. Would you not agree? Our forces are dwindling from the battle we face. House Wolford needs allies if we are to survive.
I don't think so.
We contended against the Duchy's forces all of our own. It stands to reason we would sustain considerable losses. Even so, House Teliar might be more of a hindrance than help on the field. From what I hear, their soldiers want more than just experience in battle. I doubt putting our faith in Lord Silvio would be worth any of the additional forces that might avail us too. Come on, son!
Lord Serenoa.
Our soldiers are exhausted after our last battle with Aspharos. I know we need all the help we can get, but even so, I cannot find it in me to trust House Telior. Pray tell, Lord Serenoa, what do you think of Lord Silvio's offer? An alliance between the high houses would raise the soldiers' morale, all the more knowing prepare battle. I must admit, it lifts my spirits to think about it. No doubt House Fox would feel the same. I see now that it is time for the high houses to stand together and drive back the duchy. Truth be told, though, I have my reservations about Lord Silvio, who devised the entire plan. If you don't mind my asking, what makes you so sure we should ally with him? The more allies we have, the safer he would be. He repeated battles after taking the toll, blah blah. I would ask for the House Telior's support to ease the suffering of my people. We must take every measure we can. As one of the King's Guard, I share your concerns, but I cannot share the feeling that there's more often than meets the eye. We're at blah blah. But Lord Silvio is a different matter entirely. If you are concerned about His Highness' safety, we proceed with utmost caution. Alright.
Lord Serenoa.
Everyone has their suspicions of Lord Silvio's offer, but I think we can guess his true intentions easily enough. Whatever House Telior's aim might be, I am certain we can use it to our advantage. We should ally. An alliance with House Telior is certainly worth considering. Pray tell me what swayed you, my lord? I would welcome any help we can get in protecting Prince Roland.
Quite impossible. If
Prince Roland is your concern, I pray you be more prudent in your judgments. Do not underestimate the desperation of those who believe they have much to lose. They may even resort to consorting with the enemy if they need a rose. So there is a chance Lord Silvio may turn on us, assuming he hasn't already. Precisely, my lord. If you seek to protect His Highness, I suggest you approach those outside the house with utmost caution. Nevertheless, it seems you too harbor suspicions over Lord Silvio's character. Do you really think it would be our advantage to ally ourselves with such a dubious man? I would ally with him only to ensure our survival. I can certain both his height and would serve us well.
Quite true.
I admit I had not expected to hear such bold words from you, my lord. But it is precisely as you said. War requires one to be resolute in their decisions and do whatever is necessary to survive. As House Steward, I am proud to see you possessed of such strong-willed. Let us begin.
It is time. The scales of conviction will...
I'm just skipping over what they say about this. All in accordance? Just one.
The way forward is decided. We join forces with House Telior and defy the Duchy's wrath.
Huzzah! The tidings of our alliance will no doubt bring relief to the aching hearts of our people. Now then, Prince Roland, you and all of House Wolffort simply must come to Telior.
We shall. Thank you.
You needn't worry about a thing. Leave everything in my capable hands. I must make haste to Telior. I shall throw a grand banquet to commemorate the occasion.
Hardly the time for celebrations.
Is something on your mind, Benedict?
No, my lord.
Alright, let's see what this side has to say.
Serenoa.
To say I have no doubts about Lord Silvio would be a lie. Even so, we are in sore need of allies. If the three houses stand together, we may be able to turn tides of war in our favor. I believe his offer to be one worth considering, but if you have any reservations on the matter, I would hear them. Lord Sylvia is a man loyal only to himself and one unfavorable repute with his people. I advise you not to put too much faith in him. Trust me, friend. I know our Lord Sylvia to be unworthy of our faith. He cowered in Tellier as the Frosty army laid siege to Whiteholm Castle. But to think even the people distrust him, it proves to me that our judgment was correct.
Moreover,
I care not for whatever Lord Sylvia may or may not be plotting. If he intends to use us, I say we use him in kind.
Yes, sir.
We must be prepared for any who would march against us, but our forces are lacking in both number and supplies. Hostile your motives matter not. We could use even those against them should the need arise. Lord Serenor, I believe we must use every tool available if we need to survive. We needn't rely on others just yet. If we were able to be attacked, we could make our stand across the Wolford. Our army is a formidable one indeed. They managed to force a retreat of Esfrost in the last battle, but we also sustained heavy losses. The soldiers will reach their limits sooner or later. We should act before the enemy does, lest we lose everything we have left. Come on, son! The high houses are sworn to protect the crown, yet Lord Sylvia couldn't be bothered to leave Tellier with the capital in danger. I can't help but wonder what he's scheming, but if he wants to join forces, I see no reason to refuse. I say we join forces with House Tellier. The more of us, the better. I could see you don't quite agree, lad. A heavy bounty weighs upon Roland's head. We do not know who we can trust or cannot trust now. No denying that, lad. There's no telling what sort of shady fellows are lurking about, looking to line their pockets with the prince's eyes. Even if we could trust Lord Silvio, there is no guarantee his soldiers wouldn't try to get their hands on his highness. In fact, this is just what Esfrost might have been hoping for with that bounty.
Tough spot.
In any case, my lord, it looks like you've got something else on your mind. Could it be you've got some suspicions of Lord Silvio? Lord Silvio did not leave Tellier even when the capital was taken, which makes me wonder, why would he leave his safe haven now?
Are you joking?
You mean to say it's strange for them to be acting now after the capital's been taken? I'll admit, it's suspicious, but I hate having to be suspicious. The three high houses are the pillars of Glenbrook. We should be working together, not wasting our time figuring out each other's intentions. No, sorry state we're in. Come on, son!
Lord Serenella.
Alright. Is there something on your mind, my lord? If you have doubts, concerns, let me know. Duchy has placed a heavy bet. Perhaps what Kimmer's not for alliance, but to seize Priest Roland. I will not deny the possibility. If we think as Frost's actions of late, it would not surprise me if they had already brought House Tellier to heel in secret. However, we cannot ignore the fact, blah blah. Even if I were, I doubt Hess could be much help there. The size of one's force is an important factor in war, my lord, and it's true that House Tellier does not have many soldiers in disposal, but neither do we as such, blah blah. Oh, come on! So I got so I'm hoping for Prince Roland to come through with that. If not, god damn it. What's the point of having a lock if that ain't gonna work?
It is time to cast our...
Let's see what happens. To the right, to the right, to the right. Yes, sir. Whew. Just two. Got it.
The way forward is decided. We deny House Tellier's proposal and weather this fight alone.
Are you mad? You would stand idly by while our kingdom is in grave danger.
This is the path we have chosen. I hope you understand.
I do not. You must reconsider. Or else House Tellier too will face Esfrost's wrath.
And why would that be our concern? We are in no condition to fight, Lord Silvio. It is as simple as that.
Then I pray something more than death awaits us both.
Alright, well that will end the episode right here. After this, we'll keep on going with the story on more of what we left off. Like, comment, subscribe, Shark is XTB, I'm signing out.